Recording.
Well, hello there, YouTube. And it's a COVID Friday. What does that mean? That means BtheRiderPa and my lovely road guide special have ditched work and go for a ride. So it's a COVID Friday. Just pulled out of the garage. Take a little time off. Enjoy this gorgeous weather before it goes away. I have to deal with the cold and the snow and all that again. Just as soon not. But it is what it is. It's like that when you don't live in Florida. So, we're going to take a little ride down some back roads. I think I'm going to go ride an Indian today. Woo, get my war bonnet on. Let's go see. I haven't rode the Challenger. They do have a back touring bag option this year for them. I priced one online. Yeah, $40,000 is what it came out to. So Harley got them beat on the price, that's for sure. It is what it is. Either you want to pay it or you don't. I don't want to pay $40,000 for a bike that, doesn't have the technology. Well, it does have the new technology. I mean, I like the GPS on those things. They seem to be great. I mean, there's a lot of pluses to it. But 40 grand for a motorcycle, I just shoot. That's almost as much as my pickup. And pickups got a lot more to them than a motorcycle. So, is it necessarily worth it? I don't know. Like I said, 2021 Harleys are coming out. Hopefully, they pick up some of the slack of what they lost or don't have from these ones. Now, my problem is, like I always say, is I like the color of my bike. It's a 2018, and it's really hard not to. It's really hard to give it up. I like it, so and it rides fine. There's no issues with it. I got almost 40,000 miles on this bike, and there's no reason to really get rid of it for me. Everything I think I want in a new bike is already there. I can use my phone for most of it. I do as is. So why go ahead and change? Why spend the extra money? I ain't got much left on this. Why not just keep it? Save the money. It runs. I can extend the warranty. Less money. There's a lot of pluses to keeping it and riding it out. I traded in. It's like my 5th Harley, but this is the one I seem to like the most. I've had the longest. I'll give it that. But I like to poke around and look, so that's what we're gonna do. Going down some of these, this really nice back twisty road here to head down there, not doing the highway. Got some sharp turns in it. Nice thing about southwestern Pennsylvania is we got lots of twisty little roads. They're not as long, but they got lots of twists. This is a couple miles of a road, and it's just twisty as could be. It's not like the Dragon. You'll get like 4 or 5 turns and it straightens out, 4 or 5 turns and it straightens out. But it's still, for us to go ride the Dragon and stuff, I mean, it's nice scenery because it's a beautiful country and you're in the mountains. But the road twisties, like I said, other than being longer, it's not that big a deal for most of us. A lot of flatland riders, that's a different story. They're not used to that. Flatlanders are Midwest people. Some of the areas out there and some of them up in Michigan, those are all flatland riders. Met a lot of them over the years. I can tell a flat riding rider when I'm falling behind them. Somebody like me, you'll see me buck into a curve and just ride around. And a flatlander kind of like, he doesn't really want to lean his bike. Not that it's all bad, but it's a different, something they're not used to doing. So it's something we do every day. We can't go anywhere without making a curve or lean or turn. Some of the places like Florida and stuff, you can ride for 10 miles and never turn, never lean your bike, go straight. It's like riding on the highway almost, if not worse. Pluses and minuses to everything. But hey, this is a lovely back road, and you can tell it's got some trees, it's got some color still, and it'll be awesome. So some of that beautiful scenery while we can, because like I said, before you know it, it'll be all cold and snowy. But anyways, I researched that Indian a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, they do have a white one, I'll give it that. They have white and black option, which yeah, that kind of makes my options a little better. I don't know, $40,000 is a lot to pay for a motorcycle. And for me, changing genres, I've been riding Harleys and been around Harleys for a long time. And I rode Yamahas, so riding something different is not that big a deal to me. But like I did with Yamahas, learning with Yamaha is everybody is in their genres. And yeah, it doesn't matter what you ride, and I say it all the time, and I'm not like that. I'm adamant about that. I don't care what you ride, just as long as you ride. But some people are not. In riding groups, they're a pain in the ass when it comes to this, because they're like, well, it's not a Harley. That's the way it used to think. But like, I try to change the way people think about it, because as long as you ride, you ride. And there's advantages to other groups, but like I said, a gold wing rider in a hog group, it really doesn't do him a whole lot of good. So they tend not to join. Other than they ride in different groups, but like I said, what does it do good for a gold wing rider? I mean, he gets a discount, but is he buying gold wing shirts? No, he's buying Harley shirts and riding the gold wing. So kind of problem with that, ironically. They tarred and chipped this. This sucks. It was nice and smooth, but they tarred and chipped this. But anyways, so yeah, there's advantages to doing that. But buying another bike that's not in the Harley genre, when it takes such a big part of the market, is a risky deal. When I was in the Yamaha groups, they had their things every year, and I had a good number of people that rode them. But nowadays, there's not so many. In fact, I only know one guy locally that rides a Yamaha Venture. So, and I don't see him that often. I see him at a couple events here and there, but really, he's kind of a loner kind of fella anyways. So, they're not in the groups, which is fine. Hey, to each his own as long as you ride. But, I don't know. To give up that genre of people that you, hell, I can't get, I can barely get 5 or 6 people to ride on a weekend, let alone be on a different model bike, and hell, I could barely get any of them to ride back in. So it'd be a lot worse to be an off-brand bike versus off-brand from Harley. It'd be a lot worse than having the Harley. So it's kind of hard to get away from that. So like I said, yeah, they got nice bikes and they look pretty neat and so forth, but getting out of the genre is really a tough decision for what you get for your money. You want more money, and yet you don't offer nearly as much as the other group does. So if I think difference about hog and Indian is Indian doesn't have a big following of hog riders or Indian riders. It's growing with the internet, but I know they have an Indian riding group. It'd be something to check into, I guess. If the dealers are like the Japanese dealers were, like the Yamaha dealer was, they're a franchise, so corporate doesn't sponsor it as much, you could say. That's another issue. Harley, it's part of, Hog is part of Harley. You're part of the corporation, and it has advantages to that. You get your discounts and things like that. But that's still a dealer decision. That's not guaranteed. So there's pluses and minuses, like I say, to everything. You gotta go with the flow there. But it is what it is. So that being said, I talk down this road. That's the main purpose of all this chit-chatting, because I just didn't want to not talk while I ride down this nice curvy road. I didn't realize it would be tarred and chipped. And there's still some loose chips here and there. I hear them once in a while. There's some loose spots. Don't want to really rang out on those too much. It's a little wavy. This was paved about probably 9 years ago. They paved this, and it was really nice when it was first paved, and it's been breaking up, so now it's tar and chip time. Next summer it won't be so bad. I think about every 20 years they seem to pave roads. We'll see how it turns out and what it is. But anyhow, I'm going to get out here. I'm going to get on the highway, make this trip a little quicker. I just bypassed the town riding versus coming down the back roads here. Cuts out some of that time stuff. And get on the highway and see what it goes. So this is BtheRiderPa, and thanks for watching, and let's go riding in India. Keep the rubber side down, and I'm out.